The following is a Thorpe TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the SOCS Show, brought to you live from Mr. Holster's ranch way up north near the Canadian border. Let's have a big rousing round of applause because here he comes direct from the bar, Mr. Holster! That guy's such a putz. Mr. Holster's up. Whoa, Mr. Holster, hey, that's me. Howdy, Parge, yeah, it's me, Mr. Holster, and Jack. Jack, seriously. Hey, come on, Jack. Get over in the director's chair. This chick's getting old. I can't wait till it gets cold and we can move to the inside studio. Just to get past your desire to be hogging up the action. Well, let's see what Jack got out for us tonight. Fulton Sweet Child of Vine. I do like this. Northern India Pale Ale, made in Minneapolis. Well, can't have everything. See what it says here. It says alcohol 6.4% by volume, 69 IBU, whatever that means. Plus, it's got a deposit on this bottle, Jack. If we could drive to Michigan for nothing, we could make some money on this deal. Oh, wait, we could go to Hawaii. That'd be even cheaper. Okay, well, let's pop the top on this one, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. Get the old ranch pocket watch out. Take the old ranch shot. Oh, well, I wish we were a shot glass. Those days are long gone. Beer. Oh, geez, Jack. The ranch beer glass. Seriously, Jack, couldn't we get a little in our budget to wash the glasses when we're done? Just to buy a little soap, maybe? Just at least that much? West Texas dust. Really, we could wash a glass once, Jack. It wouldn't kill us. Spit it out. Spit it out. Everybody ready? To the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. Better put that up there. It's kind of warm tonight. Get some condensation going already in that glass. Well, let's see how your monologue is tonight, Jack. I hope I can stay awake during the show. I didn't get a wink of sleep at all last night. I just can't sleep on a strange lawn anymore. I only have one drink a day, and this one is for July 3rd, 2079. Thanks, Jack. That is good stuff. I want you to know that Jack insists this be a family show. The kind of show a guy can take his wife and kids to a bar to and sit around and watch it. I went into a bar last week, thought I would relax and have a few drinks. The bartender asked me what I wanted. I said, "Surprise me." He showed me a picture of my wife naked. When I was young, we moved into a really, really bad neighborhood. I went up to a cop and I asked him, "How far to the subway?" He said, I don't know, kid. Nobody's ever made it." When my dad would give me my allowance, he would add a little extra in to cover the muggings. The guy that lived next door, I tell you, this guy was a real tough guy, bad guy, and oh man, was he ugly. He got married when I was about 8 or 9, and I can remember his wife, ugliest woman you've ever seen in this world. Yeah, they had 2 really ugly kids. This neighbor, though, he had no respect for the law. One week he raffled off a police car with 2 cops still in it. The cop, though, that walked our beat, that was on our block, he was one of the toughest cops in the precinct. One day he fired 3 warning shots right into the guy who was warning. Even the high school I went to was a tough one. I went to the guidance counselor, and they told me he was out and to come back later. And I said, when? And they said, 1 to 3 years. In our yearbook, each student had 2 photos. Yeah, a frontal shot and a profile. My wife lost her voice to laryngitis this week, so I'm offering a reward to whoever finds it if they keep it. My wife told me she gave me the best years of her life. What worries me is what's coming up. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, oh, you'd go to the doctor too. Jack was saying the other day, he said, do you know where people in hell tell people to go? And I said, no. He said, to work at YouTube. Good monologue, Jack. I like that. Yeah. Jack, you all right there, buddy? Jack. Oh, sorry. Just checking. I want to make sure you're still breathing. This is what I got, and I'm going to talk about tonight. Let me just get this out. There we go. A Ruger EC9s formerly belonged to my neighbor, and I traded him a shotgun for this and a little cash this week because I frankly needed the cash. But I don't think it's bad firearm for me to have, and I needed some cash. So I went ahead and did it, and I had another one of those shotguns, and I don't know how many shotguns of that shotgun I need. I doubt I'll wear out the one in the rest of my life. So not so necessary to keep backup to it anymore, so I let one of those go in the trade. He wanted the shotgun, something awful. So there we go, 9mm. It's got several magazines that it came with. So it was, I think I did quite well. 7-round magazine is what it has. So 1 in the chamber, and the magazine gives you 8 rounds in this gun, a smaller package. It has a safety on the side. This is the one thing about the firearm I dislike is the safety. It works fine. You can put it down like you would a 1911, but it's a little more challenging to put it back up. There we go. That's going to take some practice, and this is something Ruger does, and I don't know why. They've done that on that Security 9 also, where it's pivoting in the opposite manner as a 1911. And even if you're not a 1911 guy, I say you should make all safeties that you're going to put a safety on, make it like a 1911, because most people are going to be familiar with that, and it'll be easier for them to operate it and learn it. But the other reason is it's really hard to deploy a safety on a firearm like this when it's that far back and pivoting in that direction, you see. If the pivot point was opposite, it would be easier to flick it up with your thumb, I think. But maybe that's just me. I don't think so, however. Same pet peeve I had with the Security 9 was that exact thing. I had no ability on that Security 9 when Robin Jones came up and we shot her Security 9s. I had zero ability to do that with my thumb. I literally had to bring up my other hand or change my position on the gun to do it, which I say is, not a good design. It's a really poor design. This, I can bring it up, but it's not like it's going to take a little work to make that instinctive. What I do like about the firearm is this is the one I shot that day. Very accurate firearm. I was hitting the steel at 150 feet with the first shot, and I never missed it. And what it has that I really like is the sights are milled right out of the steel that the slide's milled out of. All one piece, fixed sights. Fixed sights, plus they work for me. Hard to pass that up. And a nice little package. I didn't have anything in 9mm this small. Matter of fact, the only 9mm I had left were my Glock 19s. Yeah. So, I hemmed and hawed on it because I really don't need to acquire another firearm at this point in my existence. But as long as one's going out the door and I'm coming out with cash, I really couldn't stop myself from doing it. I felt it was something I should do, so I did. Also came with this nice little DeSanti inside the waistband holster. So it gives me something I can review this nice little holster too. Not bad. So I was carrying this around today, trying out, see how it felt, and it's pretty good. It's a left-handed holster, so you can carry it in the small of your back and right-handed deploy the firearm in question. So, nice little package. Again, one of the other things, and in this case, I don't know that it's a real deal breaker for me, but it has a magazine disconnect, so when the magazine's out, you can't pull the trigger. Which, in a gun this size that you might possibly use for pocket carry or ankle holster or whatever, that's not so bad. It's not a make or break deal for me, because it's not like you're going to do a tactical reload with this little gun, because in my case, it's going to be a backup gun. It's the last ditch effort firearm, so yeah. And it might actually be handy if you wanted to use it for something that you might have to take it off you at some point and leave it somewhere where you can't really secure it that well. At least you could take the magazines with you, take them out of there, and then it wouldn't be able to be fired. So there you go. The Ruger EC9s is what we talked about tonight. And yeah, maybe even I'll loan it out to the Ruger Ranger, because he never did get a chance to do a video on it. I promised I'd let him use it. So maybe now that I have it back in my possession, I'll lend it to him and he can do a little video on it. Well, there you go, guys. There's another SOCS show. Yeah, right, Jack? You recouped from your trip to Vegas? Yeah, Jack went to Vegas last week, and he came back flush. Didn't you, buddy? Yeah. Matter of fact, he came back a little bit ahead. How much money did you have? $137.50. Well, yeah, actually, I would have made fun of that a year ago, Jack. Congratulations, though. I think that's the first time in the entire time that we have been friends, Jack, I think that is the first time you came back ahead of the game. Yeah. Well, yeah, even if you would have lost the money you took, you'd be ahead of the game because it wasn't your money, yeah. Well, that's always the case, though, Jack. Pretty much. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in from Mr. Holster and Jack. Go out and stay safe.